Welcome everyone to our new podcast since we moved on from the SMGHL, and this podcast is now called Tiocfaidh. Um, and why we choose that name, which is also, well, I'm pretty much going to answer all of the first question we received, which is Zach Evans 1.
Yep.
Uh, so why we choose that name is that, well, one thing that will probably never change for the time we are in the SHL, at least for those players' career, is that me and TDZ are both in Team Ireland. Um, because while right now we are on SHL team and we could have find a way to play awards with them and everything, uh, it can change down the run. Down the run. So we prefer to go with something more consistent that will not have to change at one point in our career.
Yep. So we can keep this for quite a while.
And what does it mean? It's basically meaning our time will come.
Yep. Our day will come from Irish language.
Yeah. So it's basically saying that like Team Ireland is on the rise, and well, our day will come that we'll get gold one day.
Yeah. Traditionally, it's more for a future United Ireland, but we'll spin it for this.
Yeah. Let's not get too political either.
Yeah. We'll save that for the Irish people.
Well,
Like they're
yeah,
not.
especially since it's not like it's not our country either, so I'm not aware of that much of the democracy. Damn, I can't talk today. The political scene of today. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go with
No,
that.
we could go jump in the World Junior Tournament announcement thread and get into the policies there that they argued about for 30 pages or whatever the hell it's at.
Was it 30 pages?
Let's see what it's at.
I know it was a lot. I know I'm not
13 now.
13? Okay. I know I'm not working on the same page system than you. Oh, it's actually still going on. There's stuff that like was commented today.
Oh no, that's Danko just apps closed today, so.
Okay. But yeah, I actually have more posts per page than most of the user because I set it that way. So for me it's only 5 page, but I know it's way longer for most of the users.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Well,
avoid
it's just
that.
a way to see it. I changed the post per page because of the play-by-play when I was grading them, because I was like, I don't want to like go on 5 different pages to see if the user did this shit. So it's like, oh, I'm gonna do 2 with that.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So yeah, this is basically why we choose that name and what it actually means.
Alright, so on to our first set of questions after Evans. And it's from Izzy. He asked me first is, what's been your experience through the Calgary playoff run? I mean, it's hard to say. I feel like I haven't done much. 8 assists is alright for 11 games. And it's really a bittersweet thing because the games that I do get assists, we lose. And the games I don't do anything, we win. So I'm like, do I want stats or would I rather win? And it definitely comes down to winning, so I'd rather just stick where I'm at. It's like, I don't care. My stats could just tank as long as we keep winning. I've already got, like, well, now I do, actually, because Manhattan only has one rookie and they don't play him. But I got the rookie scoring for playoffs locked up because I'm the only rookie left. Which has been funny because I love the championship week, and it talks about rookies / young players, but everybody, I think, just focuses on the rookie part, and then they've been talking about me. So it feeds the ego, and it's been very nice.
I have yet to read what the championship week is, actually.
I finished it today.
I'm gonna do it tomorrow morning.
They're pretty easy. I mean, it's the typical stuff, like 4 written and like 4 graphics. But yeah, I mean, the playoff has been fun, I would say. It's definitely been fun. San Francisco and Winnipeg are great opponents. I definitely loved playing both of them because it was nerve-wracking throughout for both of them. Um, didn't expect to beat San Francisco as easily as we did, or not easily, because most of the games were pretty close, but in as little games, I guess would be the right term. I figured that would go like 6 or 7 if we won it, and didn't even have the highest hopes that we would. And then coming in now, we beat Winnipeg, who were the defending champions and probably heavy favorites for a lot of it, and beat them in 6 as well. And I think Manhattan's had a very similar run where they were underdogs for a lot of it. So this is a big underdog fight, and it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top. And then the second question is also for me, but we're going to skip it and go to you. That way we can alternate them because you have one question.
That's good. That's a good thinking, actually.
So how about an IIHF rundown, and how do you think the round robin and medal rounds will go? And I guess we could both talk about this.
Yes. Yeah, that's one point, actually. When I was reading that Easy was addressing this question to me, I was like, well, that actually also to like TDC, since we're both leading the team. How it will actually go? That's always really hard to say. Because
especially for IIHF.
Yes. Because you would expect some team to do good and some team to do bad, and then you end up like with surprise. I would expect Canada to still dominate. They didn't. They lose some players, yes, but they still got a lot of depth, good depth, and to an extent, since Teddy took the team, they are going upward.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like when I joined the league, uh, everyone was kind of a bit making fun of Canada because despite having a so strong rooster, they were not doing that good. But now, I don't think since he took over that they finished like out of the middle round once.
Yeah, I think they've been there like 3 seasons in a row now. However long he's been there, it's been something like that. 3 or 4. I'm not sure exactly how many.
And after that, it's really hard to say. I'm expecting some team that started recruiting this season to do better than the last one. For example, Czechoslovakia. I'm expecting also Austria to do good. Ireland to still go strongish for the team. I'm expecting United Kingdom to go down. They finished quite high last season, surprisingly, in my opinion. But I'm not expecting them to stay that strong.
I think it depends who gets that open head position since Eggy stepped down. And
is it actually open now?
Yeah, app's open today. So
okay, today. That's why I missed it. So yeah, depending who actually get the position, but the sad part with that is that
it's last minute.
Yes, it's a bit last minute in my opinion, and they also didn't have as much time to recruit to an extent than the other nations. For example, like Ireland, Czechoslovakia, and I know Austria.
Yeah, they got some huge gets.
Yeah, they did some good recruiting. Like as soon as it opened, that I think United Kingdom could have like also used.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfair for the head that gets over, but they have a decently strong group that they'll be able to work with there. I think Durden's still there and still fighting regression pretty well. I'm not sure the exact roster because I haven't looked at it.
Well, they have Randy Radelman.
Oh, they do have Randleman.
They have Durden, Green, Silverwing.
Yeah, so
they have the roster. Some good one.
And if they did what we did with, we didn't have any depth, and it's just run your stars into the ground,
Yeah.
and they can go far with that because they have the top end talent. I think the hardest thing to do is predict IHF because once you get to the medal rounds, it's one and done, and anything can happen. And case in point, last season, we upset Canada and Germany on the way, and if both of those games are 10-game series, we probably don't win those. We're probably losing like 7 out of 10 against those two teams, but we got lucky, and the one sims that we did get were the wins.
But even then, to an extent, even in the middle round, they're not middle, round robin, there can be some upset. So it's really hard to say.
Yeah, because it's only 10 games or something like
Yes.
that. So
What I'm thinking about right now when I say that is, well, at the time that we played our second match against them, Finland was undefeated, and we beat them. We're not the only team that beat them, but you get the point that when we actually saw that we beat them, we were like, really?
yeah, and was it Norway or I think it was Norway the season before was gold medal, or they medaled. I think it was gold though, and then they just fell off last season, and they had most of the same players, and it just doesn't make sense why. Sometimes it's just sim luck, sometimes it's other things.
Well, it's
the,
a bit like, actually, like anything in this league, I'll be honest. If anyone asks me, oh, can you predict this? I'll be
nope.
like, absolutely not. Like, it's so random. Like, it's not random, but it's clearly random. Like, TPE means nothing. You can win with anything you want. Just
Yeah,
depend if you have the right luck.
in a one game series, you can win any 7-game series like traditional SHL. If there's enough of a TPE difference, then yeah, you'll see the right thing. Probably. You never know with SDHS because sometimes it just likes to be like, oh, there's the hot goalie or something like that, and just go. So I think the medal rounds though will probably end up looking pretty similar to last season. Not the same order per se, but most of the same teams. Germany's going to be strong again. I guess I could mention them in a different light than I did in PBE, so I don't get thunderdomed again.
Oh, well, just because we say that, we might.
Whatever. I love you, Sleepy. You're doing great in PGF. Canada's going to do great. USA still has top-end talent, and Joe got some good recruits this time around, finally. Those are the big hitters. Russia's still got a strong team, and they have some prospects coming up to replace some of the old ones. Plus, you got like Evans and Priss that are in their prime running, and Waters is getting up there. He's in 700 or 800s in TPE. I can't remember exactly where, somewhere in that range. So they have a lot of good players coming up. Austria, it was run by Izzy. They got some huge gets this time. We got some big transfers coming in. And then there's some teams, like you mentioned, Czechoslovakia, that they probably won't compete this season. But with Blast Me Away as their new co-head with Sammy, I think he can do some good things. He's a good kid in St. Louis. As far as predicting it, I don't know. I mean, if I'm going to go by numbers, then it's probably going to be like Canada or Germany or Finland.
Well, what we can do is to decide 8 teams that move on and then do coin flip, because that's basically the same thing.
Yeah, basically. I would do the same 8 teams as last time, except maybe drop UK for Norway or something like that. And it also depends on the groups, because
who's in which group?
Because you could end up getting a stacked group and some, team that doesn't deserve to be there as much gets an easier group and they get to sneak in. Last season was pretty even groups, and I think it helped out because it really showed the teams that should have been there, except for Norway. I think for some reason they just didn't get the right luck.
Well, Norway was also in our group, so...
Yeah. I mean, and a lot of people thought we'd be the team out for them.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, and the last question for me is, what has been the main factors for this playoff run to the Challenge Cup? And this is back to Calgary. They're supposed to tie in, but I wanted to stagger the questions. I mean, I think our star scoring and Hocklet playing better than he did in the regular season. I don't know if that's on the defense, which probably not with me there, or just him actually playing better. But I think it's the top end scoring. I mean, we got Randleman, Boychuk, Krukowski, and Mack, and Forsberg. They're all like at a point per game or right below it. And we run two like elite lines, and the third line's even pretty good because you got Forsberg, Peterson, and Mack there, and they're some of the point per game scorers. So there's depth coming in along with your stars. If some defensive scoring would happen, me or any of the other ones other than Boychuk, because he's the only one doing anything on the blue line, then maybe we could get some more easy wins. That's probably about it for that. And then we get to I Am Slim, who is our GM in PBE, and your player in GOMHL.
It's my co-GM, actually.
Oh, you're co-GM in GOMHL, okay.
Yeah.
And is head office in NSFL, so he's in a lot just joining up because he's a sim league addict like the rest of us.
Just like the rest of us.
Yeah. And what is Team Ireland looking like this upcoming year?
I'd say it's starting to look really great.
Yeah, it's much better than last season, and we won silver. I mean, it's better depth than last season. We don't have to ride our top-end talent as much, which is so nice. So, you know, we got some big gets this season in Pelletier. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Which is sure. Smurf. I'm just gonna call him that.
Yes.
And then we got Leafs Forever with Rockefeller, and both of those are gonna plug into our top 9 and help out quite a bit. Plus Spitfire moving over to D, which actually I thought would have been a problem at first, but it should be fine. He'll move into our top D pairing, and me uncapping, I get to shore up our second D pairing a little bit more. And we finally have a top 4 that's really solid instead of like 2 top dudes and then like some mid-range good talent. And actually, I mean, we even have Kreller, who was top 4 last season, playing in our third pairing, and that's going to be great depth.
Yes,
then we always have Walgren. Well, we got to change the name on here, but yeah, Okoivu now.
Oli Okoivu. There you go, it's fixed. And Bojo sitting on the bench.
Where
the bench warmer. Yes. So Ireland is, like TDZ said, is actually starting to look really great, and like I mentioned to a couple of person already, that's probably the last transfer we're gonna be doing in a while. Because we wanted also to let the actual Irish player be able to play one day, and bearing like all of the team turn inactive for some reason, that's pretty much going to be the core for a long time.
Yeah, we still have some people to, once they uncap, they'll move into some slots, and Eurocap, I think, is playing one more season, so we get him just a little bit longer, and then he's gone, so we have to fill that hole. So, you know, we have a lot of Irish creates that we want to be able to play. So barring any transfers out, we're not going to have any transfers coming in either.
That's pretty much it, actually. So.
Even though I want all of you, but I want you to play too. But I think we're looking solid. I think we can definitely make another run. We'll see if the sim wants to give us some luck this time and like last season and allow us to make another run, or if we get like Canada got and still have a good team and just get bounced and it happens. And that's the beauty of IHF because you never know what's going to happen in a one and done series.
The puck can go either way, so it's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's part of the fun. It's like last series I was out at dinner when we had what was it, the semifinals. We'd already beaten Canada. It was the game we were playing Germany, or yeah, I think that was the second game. I was out at dinner with my girlfriend, and it was about sim time, and we were getting ready to get done with dinner, and I was just checking, refreshing. And when it happened, I was so ecstatic to see that score. Like, I enjoy IHF a lot, so even with the chance of getting bounced early with a stronger team, which that wasn't the case last season, but this season it could be, depending on who we match up with and whatnot. And it's part of the fun. Upsets make it fun. If the favorite won every season, then what would be the point?
Season would be really boring, actually.
Yeah. And then, any advice to the newbies on the squad?
Be patient, work hard,
Yep.
and cheer everyone.
Yep. Stay active. Don't burn yourself out. If you stay active, you're gonna make the team. Just got to take a little time. We got some people retiring, and and some people inactive, some in regression already that are pretty hard that are just going to be moving down as well. So it might take a couple seasons until you get high enough TPE, but you'll get there eventually.
And if you're a defenseman wondering when's gonna be your turn, if you stay active, like TDZ said, there's also some people you will bump because they're not as active.
Yep.
So.
O'Reilly's back. He's actually active again, but he's in regression, so he can only stay up there for so long.
O'Reilly, after that, Sorather is not really around, so he's not really gonna get better. He's still a really good defenseman for a few seasons.
And he's young, so
yeah.
He'll stay there, and eventually he'll just get passed and be third pairing or fourth pairing, and just be great depth. But for now, yeah, he's just up there until you pass him. So work at it, and once you get higher than these people that aren't around as much, and it's your spot to lose. And we'll have Beaver uncapping next season, so our top 6 is going to be really good. I think he's going up.
I think too. Was he in our draft class or the one right after? The one right after, I think.
He's right after, yeah.
Yeah, so it would be a 4th season if he stayed down, so I don't see a lot of players staying 4th season now.
Yeah, I don't think he'll stay, and he's already. I mean, San Fran's going to have him at some point. He's at 617 TPE, barring whatever his update is that I'm not going to look at. So he's probably over that. So yeah, I mean that's decent top 6. Top 6 or whatever it is, 3 pairings.
Top 6.
All right, on to Blues fan. Always here with questions, and I love you. After a surprise silver medal last IIHF, do Ireland have what it takes to get back to the final?
The final is a long stretch, but I do think we're able to go back in the medal round. After that, everything is, like we said all podcast long, everything is up to what happened.
Yeah. I mean, we'll make the best adjustments that we can. Always trying to figure out what's best. So we'll have the best shot that we can give us, or with tests or just sim knowledge or whatever. We'll make it work as best as possible, but you never know what's going to happen. And I think we have maybe not as good a shot as some of the other teams, like the heavy favorites, Germany, Canada, Finland kind of thing, but we're that second tier right below them. I would put us in the same tier as like a USA or a Russia now, because those teams aren't as strong as they used to be, and we're stronger than we used to be by far.
It's not comparable, like when we arrive and like what we are now, how different the team is looking.
Yeah.
So that's like, so really, it's gonna be interesting to see also. But yeah, I'll place us in the middle of our group, like we usually end up.
Yeah, we won't win our group. Definitely not.
Yeah, not at least not for a few seasons more. But something around the third, fourth place of the group is where I would put Ireland, and after that, it's only a matter of having some Simon T. luck.
And again, that even depends on what the groups are.
Yes.
So we'll see what happens. Second question, which is, who do you think is the most likely to be named Team Ireland World Junior Classic GM and why? And obviously it's you fishing for you, because you're the only one that applied.
Yes, I'm pretty sure I went back to look in the thread, and I'm pretty sure I didn't see anyone else applying. But in all the case, even if someone didn't private message, because I don't know if that's the case, well, you still stand a good chance because you're already on the team, you know the players and everything.
Yeah.
So that's already a plus to have when applying to GM a team.
Definitely. Plus, you have a lot of people that know lines very well around you that can teach you and help you with any questions you might have. So I think you probably get it. You probably have a pretty decent team, because there's so many Irish players now, and it's amazing.
Well, just looking at the number of Irish
Whew.
player.
How dare you?
I don't know, really. And the number we have of Irish players that are still capped, I do think there is something to make a good team in it. Like, you have already Beaver at the top of the point. Bobby Watson is still capped. Grey Goose Vodka with Paddy Kane Riley, Dermot. Like, there is some amazing player cap. They also have a decent goalie in the juniors well with Julian O'Sullivan. So they do have the potential to make something good.
Lots of snipers, though, so have fun with that.
Everyone is a fucking sniper in this league.
Yeah. You get the same problem we got, buddy.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out where to put so many snipers.
Well, I'm just looking at the little square we made with the player position that I don't know if it's up to date, but sniper. It's crazy how many there is.
Yeah, I tried to put a playmaker on each line.
But it's so hard. It's so hard to make one.
I think that fourth line is all snipers.
I'm pretty sure that yes. No. Riley is Kane Riley is a offensive forward, but
okay.
That's not that good either.
First. Is he shoot first or pass first?
I don't know. Let me go see.
I get it up.
He's shoot first.
He shoot first. Yeah. So that's might as well be 3 snipers on that line.
It's not gonna be that different. So.
Yeah, I know. It's Same problem every GM has here. All right, and Challenge Cup favorite, and I don't know I can say a favorite because both of these teams weren't even supposed to really be this far.
I'm gonna go the mean way, and I don't want the team that eliminate my team to win, so I'm gonna go for the dragon. And also, you are on the dragons, so it kind of helped to say like, oh, I want this team to win.
I mean, yeah, I want my team to win, but favorites, I don't know because it's a really hard matchup.
That's true.
I
And
mean, obviously,
I actually think that the Rage is slightly like advantaged because they have the home heist advantage.
yeah, and I was going with it because we might have like our top line better, but for the most part, I think it's their top 6. Let me go to their team real quick and make sure before I start spouting off something and I'm completely wrong. Yeah, I mean, they're like all top 6. So their top 6 is super strong, but we have that third line. And so I think our depth is a little bit better. And it's just if we can match up to their top 6, and I think our top line matches their top line, and our second line's not far off, if at all, from their second one. Their defense is what gets us in their goalie situation, where Atacalio, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, JY, I have no idea how to pronounce it, is higher TPE than Hocklet. At this point, we'll see if it really makes that big of a difference, but he should have the advantage there. And then with Nuck and Windsor and Walker and Monkey, they obviously have higher TPE top 4 than we do. So it's really going to come down to depth forward scoring and if that's enough for us to overcome them, or if their top guys could just outscore us the whole time. They also play basically their top line or their third line like 5%, and then they play their mostly top line again another 5, so it's like 50%. So hopefully they get tired enough that they can't keep up. And that's where the depth scoring will come in. But we thought the same thing with
the Jet.
Yeah, the Jets, and they still won. And Texas the season before was the same argument, and they still won. So we'll see. So I probably have to put them the favorite just because of the goalie and defense situation. Not that I'm rooting for them.
Yeah, that's a big difference in that case. Like,
yeah.
No offense to the Rage, but like, you're talking to like that question was for a dragon player and a friend of a dragon player. So that no offense to the Rage.
Yeah, there's some good guys there. So, we'll see what happens. I love BK. Allen's there. Muerto's there. And JY's a pretty cool guy. So some good guys there. Definitely wouldn't mind seeing them win if it was someone else from the West there, maybe like Winnipeg. But since it's us, then sorry. I want the cup.
It's a good thing to want. Especially in your rookie season, man. That's just like, I'm going to start my career in the SHL with a cup. That's basically it.
Yeah, it would be a nice jumping off point and being able to...
Because once this is done, you can be... I at least won once. Like, you don't have to be... I really want one at the end of your career, because it's already done at the beginning.
Yeah, basically. It can't have to be chasing one at the end and, like, go into these stacked teams trying to do it. I can just go have fun somewhere. And I don't have to worry anymore, no matter what. Even if my player ends up shit, which he probably will. at least I got that cup out of the way, so I got something. But we'll see, because it's not over yet, and the next 4 days, 5 days of sims and play-by-plays are going to be stressful as fuck.
Yeah, especially the play-by-play at the end.
I don't
It's like, please,
I don't
just
read
do
the
it fast.
play-by-plays anyways.
Just wait for
I,
the result.
I can view the sim because I'm head office
Oh
now,
yeah, that's
so
true. You can see right away.
I just watch the stream.
Yeah.
Like that game 6 against Winnipeg, I was at school. My girlfriend had class. It was Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. Yeah, because my girlfriend has night class on Tuesday, and we're there all day, and I just have to wait for her to be out. So I'm just sitting on the computer anyways, fucking around, and I saw JY on, so I'm sitting there waiting for the stream, and he pulls the stream up finally, and it's like, stream's live, so I'm watching it, and she gets out of class, and I'm like, we're waiting, sorry. It's
Oh.
like, we're not driving home right now.
It's like you're gonna have to wait like 5 minutes, please.
Yeah, and then as soon as like the stream, he hit simulate, and I watched it pop up with us winning, and I'm just sitting there like screaming in the hallway, just so happy.
uh, what I hate sometimes when I watch a stream is when the the text is blurry and you have no idea what it's
Yeah,
actually saying.
sometimes it is, especially if it's small. And I'm like, oh god, I can't tell if we won. What does that say? But I'm sitting there just like, update the game link so I can see.
That's basically it. It's like, oh man, I don't see anything. Please tell me you won. Uh, it's
And
really
then
fun
like,
to watch.
seeing that game and us coming back from 3-1 in the sim or in the file, and I was just like, oh my god, this play-by-play is going to be insane. So I was following the play-by-play because I knew it was going to be fun, and I'm sitting here just like trying to be neutral in the comments and everything. And I thought I did a pretty good job. I would only put like, like go dragons and stuff like that. I wasn't gonna
Normal
spoil
stuff.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Normal stuff you would say anyway.
yeah, I wasn't gonna spoil anything for anybody that was waiting. But I was just sitting here, just like keeping my tongue quiet the whole time, watching this, just like, come on, like I can't wait. And as soon as like I knew, I think it was like I don't think it was a power play goal, but I knew what led to the goal that tied it for us, and then 7 seconds later we got the game leading goal, and I was just waiting for that moment because I knew it was going to blow up in that chat.
Oh, that's true. Actually, like it must be really really fun to experience. Like doing the play-by-play is a pain in the ass though, but like when people actually follow, it's so fun.
Especially if you have a good play-by-play person. Some people like Toe and me. I'm not blaming Toe because I do the same thing. I'm lazy as fuck. So
I started to do the same thing.
it's very quick and very just out there, and I want my TPE. And we need to change the system, or we'll work on it. I've told people at head office, we talked about it, and we'll continue to talk about it, and we'll figure it out. It's not something that's going to get changed tomorrow, or even a season from now, but somewhere down the line, we'll figure out the best case scenario, if it's the current system or if it's a new system, and we'll get it done. There's so much stuff that pops up all the time for us to take care of, so we don't really have time to continually talk about everything. But that's been a fun experience too, being able to be head office somewhere now. And since signing up, I kind of wanted to do that. At first I was like, I want to be a GM, and I was just like, no, I don't want to do that anymore. I just wanted to be a mentor. And after being able to do that for 3 seasons now, going into my 4th season, god damn, it's been a blast. So to be able to move up and have a bigger job on the site that has this much responsibility, it's been super fun.
Yeah,
Even
like
if it's
being in HO is so stressful but so fun. Like I'm still, since the beginning of my life on SHL in the SMGHL HO, and it's actually really so nice, like to be part of and have those discussion and everything. Uh, So I can't imagine what it is to be in the actual big league head office.
It's fun, and it's a great group of people in there. That's another thing that helps with it. There's not one person in there that I don't like. I enjoy talking to all of them when we're discussing stuff. We're all pretty level-headed, and nobody gets upset about anything. It's nice. So, I mean, I love the experience. When it's done, hopefully I can reapply and get back in, or we'll see what happens, and I'll move on to other things. Either way, I'll be happy just to be able to get the experience once and see the different things.
Yeah,
Even if I was kind of a controversial pick, apparently, to some people.
like they don't see your application, they don't see the way you think, they cannot know if you're a right pick or not. So if you were selected, that's for a reason, and they just have to accept it.
It's more probably on personal preference than actually like who's qualified or not. It's no lie that I don't get along with everybody on the site. I don't think anybody does get along with everybody on the site, except maybe Noor, because he's just that great, and Goonie, because everybody loves Goonie.
No,
and
not true. There is one person not liking Goonie, and like,
who does not like Goonie?
Clardy.
Fuck Clardy.
That was pretty much the case, I think.
Fuck, what the fuck?
Like, well, actually, I'm saying that. That's what I hear. I never saw Clardy say anything bad about Goonie, but, like, I'm often seeing, like, events say that only one person has bad thing to say about Goonie, and it's Clardy.
Well, he's gone anyway, so whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody that's here still loves Goonie and Noor, so.
Yeah.
So, other than those two, I'm pretty sure, there's people that just don't get along. Personalities clash.
Oh,
it
yeah,
just
that's
happens.
for sure. Like, I don't get along with everyone, so it's like, I get along
Yeah.
with most of the people, but not everyone. And it's just how life it is.
Yep. And I just got to learn to keep my tongue sometimes. Get a little hot-headed. And I've been better lately.
I just don't comment on the forum anymore.
That too. I try to stay out of it for the most part, unless I'm doing something I need to do. Or I'm answering questions or something like that. Or like today, congratulating Noor on GM. It's always stuff like that. All right, well, I think that's it. We're going to run a little short today.
Because our normal question asker didn't show up today.
Clint.
Well, I wasn't going to drop name, but...
I'll drop his name because I'm going to blow him up on Discord after this.
Don't go too rough on him. Like, it's been a while we haven't asked, so...
I'm not going to bully him or anything. I'm just going to be like, you bastard.
That's bullying, though.
It's not bullying.
It's like small bullying, but it's bullying. Like, super bullying is bad, TDZ.
Wait, what was it last night? Yesterday, he sent me something after 3 hours, and all it is, you suck.
What?
Yeah, so I don't want to hear anything.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's just me and Clint's relationship.
It's the way life is.
Exactly.
Alright, I see how it is.
Yep, so we'll run short today. Hopefully next time, I don't know if it'll be next week or the week after, depending on if we start the PBE one up again. Yeah. I don't know.
We'll see. But just wait for the question thread to pop, and then you know when the next one's gonna be.
Yep. So for the Chucky Ella podcast,
that was the first edition, so I think it went well, and we did talk about Ireland, so it was fitting.
Yeah. So thank you everybody for the questions. we're just killing time at this point, which is not going to get us any more money for a minute. So, y'all take it easy, and we'll see y'all next time.
See ya, everyone.